And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country.
Donald Trump has never been subtle about power. He wants it. He thrives on it. But now, there's a new question. Does Trump want control over Canada? A shocking statement at a private event, a history of unusual comments, and a growing interest in border control that goes beyond immigration. Trump has hinted, more than once, that the U.S. should have taken Canada. But why? What would that mean? And more importantly, who else benefits from this idea? Because if Trump wants to control Canada, is Elon Musk quietly pulling the strings? Could he be using Trump to expand his own global empire?
The future is gonna be amazing!
For years, Trump has made cryptic comments about Canada. But what if it wasn't a joke? What if his interest in Canada is about more than just real estate? Because when you follow the money, the bigger picture starts to emerge. To understand this, we need to break down three things: control over natural resources, the US-Canada border, and the role of Elon Musk. The first piece of the puzzle: resources. Canada is rich, staggeringly rich, in natural resources: oil, fresh water, rare earth minerals, and one of the largest untapped lithium reserves in the world. For a country that relies on tech, energy, and military dominance, control over Canada's resources would be a game changer. And who just happens to need massive amounts of lithium for electric cars, AI, and space travel? Elon Musk. Musk's empire, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, relies on access to these raw materials. And right now, Canada controls most of it. But if the political situation were to shift, could these resources suddenly become more accessible to American companies? The second piece of the puzzle: the border. Most people think of the US-Mexico border when they hear about border control. But Trump has repeatedly called the US-Canada border a problem. Why? Unlike the heavily militarized southern border, the US-Canada border is largely undefended, yet it's twice as long as the Mexico border. And it just so happens to run through some of the most valuable land in North America. If you control the border, you control trade, movement, and law enforcement. And if you control that, you control Canada itself. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Musk already controls US space operations through SpaceX and Starlink. He has government contracts worth billions. And now, he's expanding into border security technology. Musk isn't just running a tech company. He's positioning himself as an essential piece of US military infrastructure. And guess what? If Trump, or any future president, wanted to control Canada, Musk's technology could make it happen. So, is this really about Canada, or is it about global dominance? Because if Trump is thinking about expanding US control, Musk is already thinking beyond the US altogether. Could Trump be the public face of a much bigger plan? Could Musk be using Trump not just to control resources or borders, but to run the world itself? Trump wants power. Musk wants control. And if they're working toward the same goal, what happens next?